all the things you get from the backpacks, the JJJ archives, the audio recordings, and the newspapers. So yeah, let's get to the backpacks first. So you've got... Then we got this.
Your shoulder eventually healed. Bill took a lot longer to pay.
No, I'm gonna mute my mic until I get to the next thing, because that air purifier thing probably annoys you guys.
Spider plushie! Oh, a toy designer made this prototype to get me to license my likeness. Too bad there's no way to get paid without revealing my identity. All I did was save this kid's balloon from floating away, and he made me this. It's the little things that make it all worth it. Harry's VIP card for the nightclub. Harry always tried to include me. Tried mixing up a prototype web fluid at Oscorp while Harry had his internship there. Didn't work. That place has always been bad luck for me. I could never give this prototype spider tracer enough range to be useful, but I did adapt the tech into my web traps, which really come in handy. When MJ and I applied for this lease, I thought we'd move in together. Instead, we broke up. I can be pretty oblivious sometimes. Rhino almost killed me until I broke this chip off his horn and figured out what his costume's made of. Still wasn't easy to beat him. My back still aches just thinking about it. Oh! Oh, man! I meant to wash this gym shirt 6 years ago! Hey, you! The last ball game Uncle Ben ever took me to. I need to get this framed. I could really use his advice now. I never finished this application for the coffee bean. Would have paid more than what I'm doing now. Almost forgot I bought this snow globe for Aunt May. I think I get my love for this city from her. Captain Watanabe gave me her cell number when she finally decided to trust me. She's risking a lot. If anyone finds out she's helping me, she'll lose her job. Fisk beat the hell out of me with these. I almost used them for evidence, until MJ pointed out I was trespassing, so I'd probably end up in jail. Typical Parker luck. My thesis paper on neurotechnology. This got me the job with Dr. Octavius. This piece of the Shocker's original uniform showed me how to protect myself from his blasts. Of course, they always upgrade, don't they? This article blaming Spider-Man for electro-killing cops was the last straw. I had to quit taking pictures that helped Jameson print lies about me. Took a bullet from the cops back when they thought I was working with Electro. Good thing textbooks are thick. Too bad they're also expensive. The jammer I whipped up to jam Vulture's wings. Too bad he improved them after that. With this vial of the lizard's blood, I was able to mix up a cure and turn him back into Dr. Connors. Too bad it didn't last. When the Vulture cracked my eye lens, it almost blinded me. That was a wake-up call. Had to upgrade to a stronger material. Got some good parts from this old cell phone. Wonder what I could accomplish with a real budget, instead of dumpster diving. After I got my powers, I didn't need my glasses anymore. Told everyone I got laser eye surgery with money from the Fisk Science Prize. MJ wrote this article in the school paper about student protests. She was a heck of a journalist even then. Every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. Why doesn't it ever feel like it? Aw, the good luck card from when I left the Daily Bugle to go into research. Some really great people there. And Jameson. Supposedly, Fisk made his fortune selling these spices. I mean, they're good, but not that good. One of these days, I'll work out a fabric that warps sound and light waves. A stealth suit would really come in handy. Wish I knew who made this comic about me. Kid's got a future. Rejected costume designs. Not bad, but I think the White Spider was definitely the way to go. This piece of Mysterio's helmet gave me ideas for my eye lenses. Go ahead, sue me, fishbowl head. The Spidey Squad. My one and only fan club. When Jameson's going off on me, it helps to remember they're out there. Oh yeah, that blind guy gave me his card in case Spider-Man ever needs a lawyer. But hold on. If he's blind, how did he know I was Spider-Man? A spider signal! Cool idea, but any light source that made it bright enough was also way too hot. Someday, though. Gotta have something to do on stakeouts. I beat this wrestler right after getting my powers. Never had that much money before in my life. Or since, come to think of it. Hey, my first camera. I got this at a yard sale. Still uses film. Still not sure if opening this would set the Sandman free. But I'm in no hurry to find out. Jameson gave me this at his Bugle retirement party. I thought nobody would listen to his talk show. Shows how much I know. I thought web swinging would let me get pizzas delivered fast. And it did. Fast and smashed. My underarm webs. Thought they might help me glide short distances, but they never really worked. Looked cool, though. An Oscorp visitor badge from when I interviewed there. Would have paid well, but Dr. Octavius offered the chance to really make a difference. Funny, my fear of heights didn't go away when I got my powers. Had to climb to the top of the Empire State to get over that. My prom boutonniere. Crushed when I had to fight Fisk. That kind of symbolizes my luck with relationships. Hey, my Mark I web shooters. Managed to improve the storage capacity a lot since then, but the basic design's still the same. Maybe this'll help me balance work and a personal life, if I ever find time to read it. My Wilson Fisk Science Prize trophy. And check. I couldn't turn it down without arousing suspicion, but no way was I gonna take his money, even though we could have used it. I did accept a lifetime supply of backpacks, though. Aunt May's recipe for wheat cakes. I could never make it work on my own. My ESU ID badge from my semester as a teaching assistant. Didn't have time to stick with it, but I could definitely see teaching again someday. Used these electrician's gloves in my first fight with Electro. Gave me the idea to add insulation to my costume, which saved my bacon more than once. The infamous dumpling recipe. Should have come with step 10, try not to burn everything in MJ's apartment. People know my parents died in a plane crash. I still can't tell anyone they were government agents. Wish I knew more about them. I wish anyone did. Superheroing doesn't leave much time for good hygiene. Gotta get it where I can. I bought this used graphing calculator at a pawn shop. Stopped working in the middle of a trig exam. You get what you pay for.
This is just Just the Facts with J. Jonah Jameson, where listeners like you discuss the issues affecting our city with Pulitzer Prize-winning two-time Pulitzer Prize-winning former publisher of the Daily Bugle. Hey, plug the book. And as always, if you order Mr. Jameson's book, Spider-Man, Threat or Menace, within 24 hours of our broadcast, you'll get an autographed copy at no extra charge.
No personalizations, don't ask, not gonna get it.
Welcome to Just the Facts with J. Jonah Jameson, alerting you to the threats you don't even know about. Let's dive right into the calls. Speak.
Okay, so not for nothing, you gotta give Spider-Man respect for taking down Wilson Fisk, right? I mean, one less mob boss is good for everyone.
Is that right? Tell me, are you a police officer? Prosecutor? Maybe an award-winning reporter with decades on the job like me?
No, I'm a plumber.
Oh, good. Then fix my toilet and shut up! Let me explain something to you about crime bosses. As soon as one goes down, every punk with a gun, a tracksuit, and a drawer full of gold chains decides he's the next godfather. We're gonna have a gang war in the street. But does that whip-headed moron give a damn? Of course not. He got on TV. That's what counts.
Yeah, well, I can get copper pipe without paying kickbacks now. So until that gang war starts, I'm on the webhead side.
And you'll be singing a different tune when 3 new mobs are lining up to charge you triple for that same pipe. Or just break your legs. Goodbye! My loyal listeners, brushheads they call themselves, though I've never quite understood why, will remember my warnings about the downright Orwellian crime monitoring system the city was installing. Well, it's not operated. Why, you ask? Because someone came to their senses and realized they'd be violating civil liberties? Wrong! Because those incompetent bureaucrats built a network that crashes more often than a wino driving a bumper car. So your tax dollars got wasted, and there's nothing to show for it. Which is about as close as you get to a happy ending in the real world, kids. And now for listener emails. May from Queens writes, "You're so full of anger, and I wish you'd get help managing it. It's terrible for your health." Now I know she speaks from a place of concern, but this is a common misconception that I have to correct. I'm not full of anger. I'm full of love. I call out injustice, corruption, and crimes against humanity because I adore this city, and I want it to be better. What you hear in my voice, it's love. Nothing but love. Unbelievable. I understand we have another low-information caller who thinks we're better off thanks to Spider-Man. Let's see if I can set her straight. You're on with J. Jonah Jameson.
I just want to say that I've never seen Manhattan so safe and peaceful. Compare what it was like when Spider-Man first showed up to now.
Okay, fair enough, I will. Then, we had police and firefighters doing a wonderful job. There was crime, sure, but nothing they couldn't handle. Of course, we do have things now we didn't have then. Maniacs who shoot electricity out of their eyes, walking piles of sand, Nazis made of bees!
Didn't Spider-Man put all those guys in jail?
You're missing the point! They didn't exist before he came along. At best, he attracts them. But I've often wondered if they're in cahoots.
Wow, I've never actually heard anyone say cahoots before. Look, all I'm saying is, I'd hate to imagine what would have happened if all those guys showed up and Spider-Man wasn't here.
Another lost cause. Goodbye. You might have heard about the robbery at Roseman's auction house. What you probably didn't hear, but my sources confirm, is that the perpetrators were wearing masks. Horrible, demonic faces. Yet another example of the explosion in mass criminals since Spider-Man came on the scene. Let's hear your thoughts. You're on with J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah, I see your point, but Spider-Man stopped those guys today. Saying he's like them because he wears a mask isn't fair. It's like prejudice.
Wrong. Here's a little lesson in the English language, my friend. Prejudice means to prejudge someone before you know anything about them. I know all I need to about Spider-Man. He runs around causing chaos, wearing a mask so he doesn't have to answer for his shenanigans, and a flashy costume so he gets attention to feed his gigantic, insatiable ego. Now, if I'm a mentally unstable person and I see him getting all this coverage, what am I going to do? It's called copycat behavior, people, and it's ruining New York. have to once again defend myself against the spurious claims from McDonald Mac Gargan, aka the Scorpion. Yes, as I fully disclosed, I bankrolled the experiment that gave him superior strength, speed, and that unsightly cyborg tail. The idea was to create an anti-Spider-Man who is not a threat and stops menaces. I had no idea he was crazy. Do you think his resume said psycho with a poisoning fetish? His lawsuit is a transparent attempt to reduce his sentence at the raft by placing the blame for his deeds on me. And that is one package J. Jonah Jameson refuses.
Okay, guys, I'm just gonna put on the ones that I think are kind of interesting, so yeah.
I've always been about the truth. When I was a reporter and a newspaper publisher, I printed the truth. And now as a broadcaster, I speak it. Sometimes it hurts. But it's my responsibility to bring it to you. And the truth is, the city is not quiet. It is not peaceful. It is a disaster waiting to happen. Threats roiling under the surface like a hungry shark just beneath the waterline. Don't let Spider-Man fool you. You are not safe. None of us are.
Alright, guys, I'm gonna have to get off soon, so I can't get off the PlayStation, so I have to end the video here. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.